Okay, this is the pellet stove, and it's a really nice thing to have. It can get a little finicky, but I'm going to kind of go through the things on how to use it the right way. The first thing you want to do is make sure that it's plugged into the wall right here. Okay, and then the way that it operates is, here's the little handle right here. We open it up, and that little basket in there is where the wood pellets fly into, and it's where the fire starts, and it's the source of the flame. So sometimes when that has buildup of ash and it gets all blocked up in there, you need to clean it out with the spoon. And there's the spoon, the handy dandy tool, a broken off kitchen spoon. Anyway, you just take that out, kind of clean it out in there. And then when you're cleaning it out, there's a handle under here that you can pull. And that dumps the ashes down below and cleans it out a little bit more. So for most, it'll be just fine with a mostly empty bucket in there. So after that, you come over here, tighten it back up so it's nice and tight. All right, and then we're going to come over and turn it on here on the wall. And this looks like a thermostat, but it's really just an on-off switch. Right now it's on off. As soon as I turn it on, the blower is going to start blowing, and it's going to start feeding pellets into the stove. That turned it on, and when we walk back over, you can hear it starting to feed in there. Those little sparks are because we just had it on, so it's still hot in there. Initially, when you first start it up, it's not going to get hot like this right away. It's going to feed a few pellets in, and then it's going to stop feeding pellets and continue to try to heat up, and then you'll see a flame start to pop up, and then after about 2 or 3 minutes, it starts feeding pellets again. And then it starts to get a full-fledged flame in there as you're going. Now, after about 15 minutes, and you get a good flame and good heat going in there, that's when the fan turns on and starts blowing heat out into the rest of the place. So that's really the extent of it. Now, the thermostat is an on-off switch, so sometimes when this gets a little full, because it just keeps dumping pellets in there the whole time, or if you get too warm or whatever, you can just come over and turn this back to off. And then at that point, it's going to stop feeding pellets into the stove. And it's going to go through kind of its shutdown process where it just burns the rest of the pellets that are in there off. And it'll keep blowing out hot air until it's completely cooled down. You can go back and forth and keep turning that switch on and off, and that's all it does is start the pellets up again. So once you turn it off, it takes about 10 minutes to burn everything else off in there, and then the fans will shut off and everything turns off. And then you're good to go. You can leave it plugged in the whole time that you're here. We just ask that you unplug it when you leave, and then just use the thermostat little button over there to turn it on and off and go that way. Here is where the pellets go. Okay, a bunch of pellets in there. And in the closet here, we have a bucket with some pellets that are in it. And then in the garage, if you run out of there, there's stacks of bags of pellets that can just be loaded in there. A bag of pellets, if you're running it pretty much all day, will last you about a day. And if you run out, you can run up to Ace Hardware down the streets across from Safeway, and they sell the bags for about $6 a piece, and it's called Rocky Mountain Pellets. So anyway, that's it. If you have any questions, then just give us a call and let us know. All right, bye.